Hello everyone, welcome back to Frames of Nature, a channel about nature, photography and more. Great hornbills are large and magnificent birds of the hornbill family found in the Indian subcontinent and across Southeast Asia. Great hornbills grow to be around 2 to 4 kgs in weight, 40 to 50 inches in length, and have an impressive wingspan of around 60 inches. These birds are long lived with a lifespan anywhere between 30 to 50 years. Males are slightly larger than the females. The primary distinction between a male and a female is that the male has a red iris, the color of the eye, while the iris of the female is white. As their name hornbill suggests, these birds have a distinctive horn-like extension known as the casque on top of their large bills. The casque is a hollow structure primarily used by males to fight other males and attract the females. The males are known to indulge in what is known as aerial casque butting, where the birds strike at each other in mid-air using their casques. This is a way of displaying dominance and the right to win over a mate. Among great hornbills, the casque is bright yellow and black in color. A tinted oil kind of a secretion from the preen gland located near the tail is spread across the feathers and the bill by the bird, giving them the coloration. Great hornbills seem to apply makeup too. To support their massive bill and casque, the hornbills have developed strong muscles as well as fused vertebrae in their necks, which is unique among birds. This is why the hornbills' necks are thicker than the average bird. Great hornbills also have prominent eyelashes, typical among hornbills. These eyelashes are nothing but modified feathers. The overall impressive size and color have given the great hornbills a very important place in many tribal cultures and rituals. Great hornbills are social birds living in small groups of 2 to 40 individuals. They are predominantly frugivores, meaning fruit eating, feeding on fat rich and sugar rich fruits. They are opportunistic too and feed on small mammals, birds, amphibians, and reptiles as well. An interesting fact says that hornbills can be friends with monkeys. They seem to eat the insects that annoy the monkeys and are capable of recognizing the warning signals given out by our monkey friends. They congregate in large numbers on fruiting trees, foraging along the branches, moving across by hopping from place to place. It is said that one great hornbill can eat around 150 fruits in one meal. Great hornbills are very loud and vocal birds, producing deep hoarse grunts, roars, and barks. During the night, they gather in large communal roosts on the highest branches. This is the time when they are most vocal. These nighttime roosts are hypothesized as information hubs where the individuals share info like good feeding sites, for example. Pairs of great hornbills use duets as a part of courtship, where a male and a female alternate calls to each other. Great hornbills are strong flyers. Their wing beats are heavy and the sound produced can be heard almost half a mile away. This sound has been likened to the puffing of a steam locomotive starting up. Hear it for yourselves. Great hornbills breed between the months of February and May. The amazing and unique aspect about hornbills is the way the female incubates and cares for her eggs. Great hornbills are monogamous. After a round of casque butting and duet performance, a female chooses her mate and the pair form a long lasting bond, with the male following the female wherever she goes. The pair then goes looking for a suitable nesting location. This is usually a tall old tree with a natural cavity large enough to hold the female and her eggs. Once the nesting spot is decided, the couple engage in a very intricate and elaborate pre-nesting ritual. The main intent behind this is to ensure complete commitment from the male and also fine-tune some nitty-gritties of the nesting process. Why is this so imperative, you might ask? It is because once the nesting begins, the female enters the hole in the tree and seals the entrance from the inside, thus confining herself there. She leaves a small slit open for the male to provide her food. The female remains imprisoned as she lays her eggs and incubates them. She also sheds all her feathers, thus becoming flightless. She stays inside for a duration anywhere between 70 to 80 days. All this while, the female is completely dependent on the male to bring food for her and her growing chicks. Simply put, the survival of the lady and her young ones depends entirely on the male during this time. So, the assurance that the male is fully committed in the relationship is a must, and hence the elaborate ritual. The ritual goes on for a few days. During this time, the male follows the female wherever she goes. He repeatedly brings in juicy fruits and offers those to the female, who then happily accepts them. He also comes with a fruit, sits at the nesting spot, and puts his head inside the nesting cavity, showing the female that he is indeed capable of feeding her and her chicks when the nesting begins. The female then joins him, and both the future parents inspect the nesting site thoroughly from all angles, making sure that everything is going as per plan. After the female is completely convinced of the commitment of the male and the nesting site, she enters the cavity and the nesting process begins. When she is inside, the male constantly keeps doing rounds to fetch food for her and her chicks. Once the chicks are old enough, the female emerges and helps the male in gathering food for the growing young. Both the parents feed the young for a period of time till they become completely independent, which is usually when they are 15 weeks old. This is so amazing, right? Great hornbills are environmentally very helpful birds too. They aid in the dispersal of seeds of many forest trees. There are some trees which exclusively depend on great hornbills for dispersal. They also keep a check on small mammal, bird, amphibian, and reptilian populations. Unfortunately, great hornbills are classified as near threatened. Uncontrolled deforestation in the name of infrastructure development and other activities are leading to the destruction of their habitats, resulting in the decline of their numbers. It is very important to direct all efforts in conserving this beautiful species and ensure that their numbers grow in the times to come. As always, if you like the video, do give a thumbs up and share, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.